I came across something interesting on Twitter. There's a certain member of the Comicsgate community, calls himself Albert, at Beast Aubrey. This guy has been around from the very beginning. One of the biggest EVS Comicsgate simps there are. And even he has finally seen the light and has decided that Ethan Van Sciver is full of shit and he's not the man that he pretended he was, if you know what I mean. He decided to write his own history of Comicsgate as told through his point of view. Let's go ahead and read that synopsis by Albert. Write your brief history of Comicsgate. Phantom Menace and CG are Siamese brothers. I came from Jeff Hicks's streams. What made CG was reacting to Star Wars first. Comics were tangential. It's how it became a movement. The Phantom Menace stayed once EVS, Malin, ya boy, and Doug started crowdfunding. It wasn't because they were pros. This phenomenon was worldwide. The public reacted to the abuse, the propaganda, the woke accelerating their strategies. Yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah, Ethan likes to pretend that they came in here and quote-unquote started this gangsta shit. No. It was The Last Jedi. That was the thing that really opened people's eyes. That's the one thing I would have mentioned here if I was him. It all started with The Last Jedi. Whether people understand it or not, that's how the Phantom Menace was created. All right, let's go on to read the rest of this. It was that High Council that grew EVS's channel. When he stopped tackling cultural issues, that's when the movement stopped. In 2020 summer, EVS finally made his best decision, and War Campaign were out. All of a sudden, normal people came flooding in, both public and artist. CG had been given a second chance at life. And for a time, it was good. Yeah, there was a time where CG looked like it might have been on a path to becoming something, and then it kind of dovetailed off into the bushes, if you know what I mean. All right, let's continue reading this. Now remember, if EVS doesn't grow his channel, then CG doesn't grow. Sad or bad, that's the way it is. Instead of moving forward and outward, EVS became more isolated and bitter, a curmudgeon. Quartering assumed CG was finished, but it took a few years for the money flow to slow. EVS did bring in PTP without merit. More importantly, he helped and promoted Eric July. He was wrong to do so, but you won't see him admit it. For one, it would mean giving up the victim status and therefore the drama farming. He tries to use drama the way a comedian uses alcohol. Yeah. Like I said, this is spiritual warfare against demons. And if you're not careful, if your spirit isn't strong enough, it will consume you. And Ethan obviously proved his spirit was not strong enough. It fucking consumed him. It really did. How many stupid trash cast shows did he do? I mean, goddamn. Literally all he was doing was like repeating old shit that I had already said fucking over a year ago too. There's an old saying, hear it on Trashcast 8 months from now, or hear it on Big Daddy Show today, as the old saying goes. All right, let's continue. This brings me to today's Trashcast era. Drama attracts the shitheads. EVS knew this full well, by the fucking way. War Campaign has already announced their plans to shit on EJ. They're back, along with other newbies, with the noise and the shit show and the infighting. It's a clear path to perdition. EVS won't return to discussing culture, because that would put him in a fair competition with others. I couldn't care less either way. He's a dishonest, manipulative, morally fluid. His reputation is all but gone. He's mouthier than an arse. I am done. None of this is worth my time. Yeah, well said. The only thing I would disagree with was the part about War Campaign announcing plans to shit on Eric July. Yeah, Roe did send that email to Ethan back in the day, but that was just a Hail Mary attempt for War Campaign to try to get back into Ethan's good graces. And then Ethan dropped the email on a stream. And then Roe tried to run damage control and fired up a stream and said, oh, he knew Ethan was going to show the email and blah, blah, blah. And it really made no sense. Yeah. But then after that, I think Roe pretty much blew up whatever was remaining of War Campaign, rebranded, called himself Roe Uncensored. War Campaign is all but dead in name only. I think Pan and a few others carry it on. Yeah. Well said. Pretty much dialed in and on point for the most part. Yeah, this guy was one of the biggest Comicsgate EVS simps for years, and even he has finally seen the light. In the end, only his most brain-dead cultists will remain, and also those that sold their fucking souls for 36 pieces of silver. Those will be the ones left too. In the end, Ethan will be surrounded by snakes, jackals, traitors, and rabid dogs. The way it should be. Hey, that's the bed that he made. That's the bed he's going to sleep in. Yeah, they like to say Comicsgate is a dead movement. No, Comicsgate is an undead movement. Zombie Comicsgate. For every 5 people that leave, 2 people will join. Yeah, it's never going to be as big as it once was. Yeah, and there's a reason why Ethan doesn't do videos discussing culture anymore. It's because if Ethan did that, he would get exposed for his true nature. Ethan is a leftist, always has been. John Malin also voted for Obama. Shane Davis, Cecil, your boy Zach, they're all fucking leftists, every last one of them. Yeah, the whole goddamn movement got COINTELPRO'd a long time ago. Oh, fucking real.